Now I think you guys are going to like today's video. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've got something you guys have never seen before, and that is the mowers on the 6130. So my tractor, I think I explained in the last video, has gone off to be repaired. It's gone off to Mason's. We thought it was a gearbox seal gone it again. It's a direct drive tractor. They have a common fault whereby the seal in the transmission goes and you leak a lot of oil. It's happened once before. We thought it had happened again, but it turned out just to be an O-ring on the hydraulic pump. There's also due a service which Masons look after for us, so it's a way of having that done. So we want to mow our hay, so this is what we're using. This is the 130M. Both the mowers are on. Just got to fold the sides down and we'll get started in a minute. So this is what we're going to be mowing today. There's a patch in the middle that's been taken out for experiment, so I've got to mow around that. But yeah, there's not a heavy crop here, but it wasn't good enough to go in our cow silage pit, so we're going to make hay of it. Now what do we reckon the tractor looks like with the mowers on? Quite smart, I think. Obviously a bit of a smaller tractor than the 155, but hopefully we'll do just as good a job. You would have seen when we done our big first cut, I think it was 2 videos ago, I was having a lot of problems with this front mower, bunging up. I flipped the blades last night before I went home, so the brand new side of blades on the front. I've washed the back one off because that was so full of just wet, horrible, dusty rubbish. So I've washed all that off and put a load of grease in it, and then we're going to use it now, so hopefully no water will settle in any of the bearings. I think I've said before about washing mowers, I hate doing it, especially if you're not going to use them after you wash them, just because there are so many bearings on mowers, on the hats. If you put water in them and it sits there for say over winter and rusts them, as soon as you go to use it in the spring, it'll be knackered. So I only ever wash a mower like this morning if I'm going to use it within an hour, and I always pump grease into all the grease nipples as well, just to force any water out. So we'll get in the cab. We've got a little bit of setting up to do on the computer so we can record what we're doing on the John Deere Operations Centre, and then we'll get to mowing. So we're in the cab now. This tractor's got a little, I believe that's like a 7-inch screen compared to the 2 10 inches we got in the other one. But there's no implement profile on here for the mower, so I need to set that up. It will take me a little minute. But what I'm going to do first is actually cut a swipe around the outside. Well, I might even cut all the headland so I know my exact cutting width, and then I can put all the details into that one, and I know it's accurate then. Right, now somebody has asked me once before if I could show how I set all these mowers up and the stuff on the computer here. So I've just been out and measured my cut. So we're cutting 6.4 meters at a time. So we're going to set up mowers. So I just put a load of random information in here to start with, just so I could measure the outside swath. So we're cutting 6.4. Now you never want to put this in too exact, so I suspect this will change throughout the day as I go, because it never does work exactly how it should. 6.4 meters, and then here we have a lateral offset. So what this means is how far, so we're using a front mower and a right mounted mower. The lateral offset is the distance between the middle of your tractor, so where your GPS dome is, and the middle of your cut. So from the middle of the tractor there to the middle of the swath, or the middle of the 2 swaths, is 1.6 meters. So I put 1.6 in there. That's okay. Save. Oh, yeah, update track spacing. I'm going to put in custom track spacing of 6.25, just to give myself a bit of an overlap. So save all that. So now you can see the tractor is one side of the mowers. So I'll do a bit of mowing and we'll see how it works out. You can see it's not the heaviest of crops, it's fairly green, but we'll knock this field down a minute and then we'll get into the bulk of mowing this afternoon. One other thing before I go anywhere, you can see we fitted this black steering wheel. So this tractor has retrofitted auto steer, so we have to change the steering wheel, puts this unit in here, and then to service the front spool, because that was all retrofitted as well, and the front linkage and power shaft, use this little joystick here, so up and down on my mower, left and right, and then we've actually turned the link arms off because we can do bad things to this mower if you put the link frame down through the power shaft. And then the back one is on my blue spool, so I'll just put that one into float when I want to work. So yeah, I'll do some mowing. First field knocked out. There's a bit in the middle there left, but there's some experiment stuff going on and some plots in there, so I just cut around the outside of all that for the time being. Tractor seems to be going all right. It can handle the driving of the mowers absolutely fine. The auto steer on it is a bit different to the one on my normal tractor, because that one came factory fitted. It's all just a bit more streamlined, and it will grab a line quicker. This thing seems to do lots of wiggling before it grabs the line and various things. And the other thing is the settings for the mower on my tractor and the computer, I've managed to get them spot on now after a couple of years of tinkering with them, and I wish I'd written them down somewhere because I can't quite get these sides to match up, but it'll just take some tinkering, I'm sure. But I'm going to grab a quick cup of coffee and then head up to the off ground and be up there mowing most of the day. So me and Abby went down to Cornwall for a few days last week whilst the Royal Cornwall show was on. I'm pretty terrible at going away on holiday. I don't really enjoy going away, which is a bit miserable, I know, but it was nice to go to the show. We stayed on a farm, which was nice as well, and I did a little bit of filming at the show, so I'll put in the clips of the stuff I filmed. I didn't do too much filming, we kept bumping into people we knew, and a few of you guys come and said hello, which was nice, so I'll show you those clips whilst I'm having my coffee, and then we'll get on with some more mowing. It's huge. It comes from Chandler's. I reckon we need one of these. 4840. I don't know what we'd do with it. Massive.
£3 grand, is that it?
One for Bowman. Well, they'll start and then they'll immediately cut out.
The screen will come on.
Oh, God, that'd be it. Yeah. So this is same joystick.
Same joystick, yeah. Slightly longer in the base, that's all. But
Is this thing on there?
you still got your shuttering on there. So you got on,
there as well?
on
Yeah.
both. On
Oh, I see.
those anti-Ms, you got it there as well, and there. So
Yeah, you see,
some people do, but
People-
that's always like the master. So
Yeah.
if you do that and then that's in reverse, that will override. That
Oh, I
will
see.
always override. Or if you forget that's in there and you're trying to use that one, you think, why isn't it working? It's because that one's in forward.
so what have you got here? The accelerator, obviously, and then there's
Yeah.
just one brake.
Brake, yeah, yeah.
You got like a dump button on there or something if you want to stop. Well, you literally got a brake to stop.
Transmission, yeah, you can use it as the brake.
You can.
Would use it, yeah, do a transmission dump, yeah.
And then all the buttons up here.
Yeah, it's the same. The key's in it, that's good, isn't it? Right.
Better have that one back.
Yeah.
What's that, reversing camera?
Yeah, so you got that, and then you can have a hitch camera as well. So it's mounted on the rear axle.
He's further away than you think.
Yeah, this one is, yeah. Yeah. But so you got like a rocker switch, you can switch between two screens.
Oh, right.
So you have a rear view camera and a hitch camera
Nice.
on the same screen then. Yeah, no, they're front and back as well, suspension. So
You've got a toolbox.
all these you can have half leather now as well. Half
On the
leather,
seat
so
now.
bolsters,
Yeah.
leather, and then heated and cooled through the centre. That's what this one
Is
is.
that the handbrake?
Yeah, because he's 50k, it has to have an electric handbrake.
So he's on, obviously. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Right, we're at the Royal Cornwall show for the second day in a row. Because yesterday it rained, so we got out of there quick. So hopefully we will go and see a bit more of the show today.
I'm coming.
She's coming.
Changing my glasses.
Oh, one of them would be nice. It's got like a telly there. I reckon, where's the armrest? I reckon I'll have all the seat cooling. Yeah, yeah, right. Let's have a massage.
Nice carpet.
Everything on that joystick. That's your hand throttle and all. I reckon we need one.
You reckon? In this colour?
Yeah. You're in the black.
With one of these steps?
It's got a mirror there for some reason. Oh, look at that.
Does this open up to be a fridge or something?
Sadly, there's no key. No, does it? I can't find a button. Goes down.
That would get so dirty, though, wouldn't it?
Pretty big. Yeah, we need one. I've decided. I like the gold one. The size of it.
Let's proper low down. Oh. Very low down.
Oh, so this is the new fast track. Oh crikey, there's a lot of buttons in there.
If you're much short, if you're much taller, you'd be a bit like your legs would be all up
Be in the way, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
All new joystick. New big telly with isobus. I don't really know how it's different to the old one because I've never been in the old one. I think forward and reverse is still on there, but I guess that's on there as well. Forward, reverse. Very nice. We can't afford one. You've got a bloody great seatbelt. I wouldn't be able to get used to having a handbrake again. Got an electronic one as well.
Handbrake?
Yeah. It's all a bit different for a McCormick, isn't it?
Is that the passenger seat?
That is.
Funny looking seat, isn't it?
I don't know how it works. I guess it just folds down.
Doesn't look very comfortable, does it?
It probably wouldn't be as comfy as that JCB you say.
I don't think it would be very comfortable.
I like that every tractor has everything on their arms now, Eb. It's all nice, isn't it? All new. Still got PTO levers. Very nice.
You're not in it?
No, I can't nick this one. That's just a G though.
This one?
Yeah.
Nice, actually.
Big warning paddles on the side.
Yeah, how come they've got that?
I think you have to if they're over a certain width now.
Oh, really? Look at the size of the tyre, though. It's
You
huge.
get in there.
Good.
I'll have a pallet up there, please.
The whole thing's wobbly. Very windy.
Got me some grassman stuff. Clean the tractor with it when it's back.
When it's fixed.
Well, I'm not going to clean with it, it's my car. I got a jelly bean wash,
Ooh.
an embellish, a wheel bright, a window cleaner, a tyre shine, a drying towel, an air freshener, a paintbrush,
A paintbrush?
cloth and a sponge.
Oh.
Get on. So we are mowing. It's noticeably slower than the 155. Then we are 40-50 horsepower worse off than we would be in the 155. Coming up the hill, you can't see it on the camera, but it's quite a steep hill coming back up the other side of the field. I had to drop down 3 gears into C1, but we are mowing the grass, which is what we're here to do, so can't really complain, can I? I meant to bring an airline with me to blow out the radiators between fields, but I forgot to pick it up. So I can shake the radiators out. It's not getting too hot at the minute, but there's so much seed on this grass. It is bound to choke the tractor up at some point, so might just have to get out a couple of times during the day, or during each field, and clean it all out a bit, let it breathe. This is where you miss the 155, going uphill. We're doing less than 4 miles an hour. The 155 would cuff straight up over this. Going back to the Cornwall show, hope everyone that went down had a good time. A couple of the standout things for us. The first one was the beers stand, so RSM Beers. They're sort of a local dealer to us around here. They were down at the show. They had a big stand of JCB machines. They're also McCormick and Kuhn dealers, so they had some of that equipment there as well. They had one of the new 4220 fast track icons, one of the new models there, which was very, very, very impressive. Simon was kind enough to give me the key to get in it and have a look around it. Yeah, very impressed with that. Something I've never driven, but I would absolutely love to have a go on. And, if you guys follow the Hay Team TV on YouTube, if you don't follow them, they're worth going to follow, so go and find them. But they deal with beers, and they just swapped 2 of their fast tracks in for new ones. So I said to Simon, can you do me a nice deal on the one they traded in? But I think I need to do a fair bit of saving up before I can afford that. I'll have to have a go on one day. Might go down and see if I can see Justin and Adam one day. You can give me the fast track tour. There's also a chap down there called James Lee. I worked for him a bit when I left school. He's just taken on Grange Machinery as like a dealer for them. They do sort of strip till cultivation equipment, things like that, subsoiler type things. So when I had a good chat to James, sit in a big case, was it an Optum 300 or something like that? Again, you would have seen it on the video clips. What a tractor that was, huge, great thing, 300 horsepower, far bigger than anything I'll ever drive, I should have thought. But nice to get a look around these machines, and it's half the reason for going to the show, really, isn't it? Thank you to everyone who came and said hello as well, that saw us at the show. Nice to meet so many people that watch the videos. It's all a bit strange, people coming and saying hello to me. I'm not sure I'll ever get used to that, but it's yeah, it's a weird one, but it's a nice weird feeling. Right guys, so welcome to the driver's view of the 6130. Just down there co-piloting as always. First thing you'll notice the difference from the 155 is this steering wheel turns as it's going along. It's not quite as accurate as the one we have in the 155, but it is plenty good enough for this job. So I'll come to the end of the row here in a minute, so I'll turn around and tell you what I'm doing as I'm going back the other way. Right, so we're just going back up the hill now. You can't really appreciate it from this angle how steep this is, but it's a fair hill. So this is the layout of the cab. So we got an auto quad gearbox in this 130M. The joystick here controls the front linkage and the front hydraulics. So the linkage is actually turned off. There's a little manual tap you can turn off just to stop me doing anything bad to the front. And then this is just side. Put it to the right, puts it down, pull it to the left, lifts it up. The rear mirror is on the blue spool there, so that's in float. And I got the auto steer figured out, so we're taking nearly a full swipe. It's set slightly narrower than the cutting width, just so allow for the overlap. And this thing like that likes to wander a little bit, so sort of between 0 centimeters and 15-20 centimeters on the guidance. So yeah, that's the view. When you come to the end of the row here, we'll lift this joystick back to lift the front one, pull the back one when it's out of work, and then to cancel the auto steer you've got to turn, but the steering wheel gets quite heavy. It's just the way it is. And then I've cut an enormous headland because it needs a bit further to line itself up. So you go about there, and then it'll wander around for a bit. It'll think, where am I going? Put the front mower down, put you down in float, and that's us mowing. And it should run with that gearbox there in line with the grass, and that's about a full width cutting then. So we are being as efficient as we can. There's some wheel marks there from when I fertilised this field last year when it was wet. Probably worth saying actually that this field's had absolutely nothing. It's had no fertiliser, no dung, nothing at all. We wanted to make hay of it. It never grows that good of grass. It always goes to seed before everything else, and it can be quite wet. So decided to leave it, do absolutely nothing to it, make hay of it when it was dry. That's what we're doing now. And yeah, I mean we're going a bit slower than we would be in the 155, but we're still mowing grass, so what's not to like about it? Right, so we're finishing the first field. I just stopped and had a bit of dinner, and Craig's just dropped me up the airline to blow out the radiators. Very kind of him. You can see how much stuff is on here. Just chokes it all up. So we'll blow that out in a minute. I don't know why, but John Deere have changed the way you open the bonnets here. You've got to now stick something round in that hole to release a pin. There was nothing wrong with the little pull latch they had. Why they've decided to do that, I don't know. Punch in there to release it. This is going to be dusty. Anyway, we've got these two screens. These are what I cleaned off earlier. They're actually really clean. I'll just put the airline in behind and blow it all out. Blow off that bit. You see how much seed and stuff there is. All collects on the hood of the mower. Two blades are doing a good job as well. Thank you, Gus. Making a nice job of it. I mean, it makes a lot of difference cutting grass that's dry and not wet and horrible underneath. Keeps the mower bed a lot cleaner and dry. And if we put it away like that, there'd be no issues whatsoever. Oh my goodness me. Right, Bowman, you owe me a beer. I've just come to this next field to cut, which is one of the grazing paddocks. And it's got a water pipe right across the middle of it, above ground, so I just have to go and reel. I'll pull all that to the side so I don't cut that. Pick up all the temporary fence so that I don't cut that. And it's what, 25 degrees, middle of the afternoon. I am sweating buckets. Right, just finished this field I'm in now. I've cooled down a bit now, which is nice. I realised as soon as I drank it, the water I had was for the dog. It's been in the back of my truck for about a week, so that tasted quite disgusting. But I need to go through a gate beside me here now into a field which has cattle in it, which is going to be a little bit interesting. They're fenced on half of the field and the other half wants cutting apparently, so this might take a bit of planning as well. What would appear to be quite a fortunate stroke of luck. If you can see down there on the floor, there's a bit of black plastic. I think that's the side of the radiator grill. I don't know how it got there. I didn't actually take it off that time, I just blew the radiators out. I must have just nudged it loose, but better go and get it. Yeah, it sits. See exactly where it sits. It sits there, on the inside. Cannot be bothered to open that now, so I can just go on my feet and I'll put it on when we get back. Put her in the sun, doesn't she look good? Doing the job. Can't go any faster because I get chucked out my chair. It's just so rough. Right, we are finished mowing. 1:30 there behind me. Done a very, very good job. Perhaps I'll go through what I don't like and do like about it when we get out of the yard, but the crux of it is we wanted it to mow grass and it's mowed grass, but I don't think I'll be giving up the 155 anytime soon when it's around. So we'll get through this gate which decided to shut itself, which wasn't very helpful. Fold up the sides and we'll, as Farmer Phil says, bait on back. Better just shut this gate. At least then if they break through their fence for whatever reason, they only break into that piece there and not the big bit behind me. I left a good chunk against the hedge here because there's a bit of a track. It's got quite deep and quite rough. And also I pulled the water pipe across to that hedge, so there's no way I could have cut that up. Someone will come and ted it tomorrow, probably John. I got fertiliser to get on with. So here we are, back in the yard. Made it back in one piece. It is extremely narrow on the lanes from our off-ground back here. The mower seems to like rub both sides of the hedge, but anyway, I've left the beacons on. I need to turn them off in a minute. What do I reckon about it? Well, we sent it out to mow grass, and it mowed grass. So you can't really complain, can you? If I was going to be mowing all day, big first cut like we did a couple of weeks ago, I would absolutely want the 155 back. The cab is bigger. I mean, I'm not a short guy. I'm 6'4", and in that cab I am pretty cramped. I have the seat back as far as it goes. Some of it's to do with the steering wheel. We have to put the different steering wheel in for the auto steer. There's just not enough leg room there for me to be comfy all day, but it works. Another thing we'd probably do if we were going to do more mowing on this machine, Craig mentioned it earlier, would be to run a pipe from the front to the back where you plug the rear spools in, so you can run the front and back mower both off of the manual spools instead of off the joystick. Just because having one on the joystick and one on the spool, it's fine when you get used to it, but it's, you know, you've got to be in two places at once when you want to lift in and out of work. Good thing about this tractor is obviously it's a bit smaller than the 155. The turning circle's a lot better on the end of a row. You would be able to get away with a smaller headland if you wanted to. You can turn a lot sharper. The 155 is a bit of a lorry to try and turn around. These skids are starting to wear a bit. We've got another season in them yet. They haven't gone sharp yet. I actually only used the auto steer on the first field. I didn't use it on the second two. The auto steer on this isn't as good on the grabbing your lines and that sort of thing. I'm sure it's probably just a setting, but the other tractor definitely has the edge on that one. They're completely different tractors. This is obviously an M series. The other one is an R. So you have a smaller cab on this one. The other one's got the command arm, so everything is at your fingertips when you want to do something. All your spools, your gear lever, your auto steer button. Having the two screens is a big help as well. You can have all your engine management stuff running on one and your mapping on the other. If you drove the mowers with no bother whatsoever, once we cleared out the grills, got rid of all the rubbish in there, dropped these mowers off tomorrow. I'm going to have to chuck the fert spinner on this one. Got a lot of fert to spread for some experiments, and also our silage ground hasn't had any since we done our first cut. That'll be the plan tomorrow, unless we get the phone call to say the other tractor's ready, then we'll go and get that one. But yeah, thank you very much guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, it's completely free. Loads of links in the description to other socials. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all down in the description. As well as a link to merch. So we've got shirts, hats, hoodies. There's a few hoodies left. So head over there if you want any of that. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you in another video very soon. Cheerio.